Okay. All right, we are live with our Get the Tables episode number 3. It's currently July 6th, 2016, 9:55 p.m. Central Time. And here with my two buddies, as always, Justin and Dave. We're just going to touch on a couple of wrestling topics, not too much to really touch on. This week was because the wrestling week was kind of slow, other than the whole, of course, the Brother Nero final deletion, Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy match, and two matches getting announced on Raw, and also Brock Lesnar's opponent being announced on SmackDown. So, Justin, I'm not sure if you saw the match or not.
I saw highlights of it, and I didn't see the whole thing.
Matt Hardy and Jeff Hardy. I haven't really touched on TNA too much. I haven't really watched it in the last couple of months. I'm not going to lie. I do like this kind of Brother Nero or this, deranged Matt Hardy. I like it. It's kind of interesting. But people saying this match was Match of the Year candidate or better than Sami Zayn and Nakamura just kind of blows my mind. I don't see it. I don't know if I'm missing something or
Probably
what.
some cards right there. That's nowhere near, and I don't get that. But yeah, I don't get that at all.
I did enjoy the storytelling. And the creativity and the uniqueness of the whole match. I get that. I liked it. It being outside, fireworks, lake, fire, everything. But to compare it to Nakamura and Sami Zayn is just, I don't understand that. I don't get it. I guess the entertainment value, maybe.
Yeah, it's a little far-fetched, but.
But other than that, I don't know. They hyped it up very, 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 very much. I know they started doing it over the weekend, having. I guess they sent out screenings to different people who are wrestling fans throughout the business, and then had them do like a video, I guess, of them reacting to it. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people hyped it up. I mean, it's kind of a shame that they really, really, really hyped this matchup, but they don't really do any justice to when it's a world title match like that. So it's kind of a shame. You could really tell that Matt and Jeff they can do anything they want in TNA, creativity-wise. They have storyline-wise as well. Anything y'all want to touch on before we move on from the Impact? Because I didn't see much of it.
Yeah, I didn't watch any of it, so I really can't say anything on it.
Dave?
Yeah, I mean, I was watching the match, and I mean, it was just like sitting there watching. I'm like, what is going on here? What is this? Like you were kind of expecting a match, maybe, some kind of match, but there was no commentary, which was different. There was no crowd. It was just them. I mean, shooting fireworks off each other. It was funny. It was entertaining. But then there was some other stuff too that was just kind of out there, but it was different. I mean, the spot Jeff Hardy did jumping out of a tree, I was like, crap. And I mean, it was just nuts. But I mean, the finish was odd and weird. And I mean, and then other people mad comparing it to Ring of Honor to Lucha Underground, saying they ripped off Lucha Underground, which I didn't see that at all. So, I mean, it just seemed like it was similar to what they do with their vignettes with Lucha, but I just think, I mean, it was different, and they tried something new. And like you said, they don't do this for the regular matches. And they had a really good X Division match on that show. You had 8 guys in an Ultimate X match. There were some killer spots in that match. So, I mean, we'll see what the ratings are, but, I mean, man, those X Division guys on there killed it in that opening match. So yeah.
Right, that's what I heard. I heard the X Division match was good. All right. Enough about that match. Other than this, I'll give this to Matt and Jeff. The storytelling and Matt Hardy sticking with the character and all that, I give them huge props. That was good. if I wasn't really not necessarily kind of doing other things other than doing other things on a Tuesday night. I'm sorry, I would watch Matt Hardy and Jeff and all that. I see the the highlights and whatever, but the match itself I think was a little bit overhyped. But I don't know. Kudos to TNA because they ran with it. It was unique, and it looks like WWE is kind of doing the same thing with them kind of throwing out an invite to New Day to, I guess, come to their facility or their compound or uh, whatever have you.
That should be interesting.
Yes, I mean I'll be intrigued, and I get it, and also got to give it to Matt Hardy. I mean, this new character he's developed. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, it's awesome. I like it because he could have stuck with the old original Matt Hardy and just being the bad guy Matt Hardy, but I don't know. I just really like this character. It's crazy.
Yeah, it'd be funny to see him in WWE and how they would use him if he did go in there like that.
It would be interesting, that's for sure.
But let's touch on a couple other things other than TNA. But props to TNA. I mean, the hype got me to watch. I don't know what else they're going to do from here on with Matt and Jeff. So I don't think they're going to be signing with WWE anytime soon. So I think they'll still be on Impact Wrestling next week. So I guess we got to check in next week to find out. Anyways. Okay, Jerry Lawler reinstated back into the WWE. He was suspended. I'm not sure for how long. Maybe 2 weeks. Yeah. He was arrested for being accused of
domestic violence
or domestic violence on his girlfriend or wife?
Yeah. Girlfriend.
But charges were dropped, so he got out of that. So they reinstated him. Maybe other WWE news that I missed by any chance?
I know they said that he was back at SmackDown this week, so he's back on the show now, so we ain't got to worry about a replacement for him now. I know that.
Which is good, because it was weird hearing David Otunga on commentary.
It was just odd. I mean, he did not mess well with that group.
No.
I mean, it was just like, wow. I don't see why we need 3 freaking commentators. I don't get it. What's wrong with just 2?
It does kind of take away from it a little bit.
I know people like Saxton, and he's okay, I guess. But, I mean, I think you only need 2 commentators. You don't need 3.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they do it, I don't know.
I mean, that's what WCW used to do.
But yeah, I guess he'll be back on this Tuesday night SmackDown. So looking forward to that, or you could look forward to that. Also on SmackDown, they're going to announce Brock Lesnar's opponent to SummerSlam, or for SummerSlam, I should say. I apologize. Who do you think will be Brock Lesnar's opponent? I know all 3 of us are going to say the same answer. So other than Randy Orton, who we all pretty much think it's going to be Randy Orton, who do you think Brock Lesnar will face at SummerSlam? Go with you first, Dave. Other than Randy Orton. Someone, I guess...
there's really only one person I could think of that I don't think he's faced yet, and I mean, I think it would be a good match, but why not Sheamus?
Sheamus could definitely take a beating.
Yeah, I mean...
They're both stiff as hell.
Yes, that is true, Justin. Very, 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 very stiff. And it'd definitely be an interesting match. I've never thought about Sheamus versus Lesnar. That'd be interesting. So it could work. It could work. Justin? Oh, go ahead, Dave. Finish.
No, I'm just saying there's other options out there, but yeah, I'll let him say. I don't want to say it in case I name one of his.
Yeah. Well, I was actually thinking about it earlier, and I know it's probably not going to happen. It's a long shot, but I would like if Reigns fought him, since he's kind of in their doghouse, if they fed him to Brock, for Brock to beat the hell out of him. But I know it's not going to happen.
It could happen. Reigns would be. I mean, I didn't mind. I didn't mind their first match.
WrestleMania, yeah.
a singles match, and then have Lesnar just beat the shit out of him, and then.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't see Lesnar losing,
No.
especially if he wins this weekend.
Now, right before we got on here, I was on Twitter, and someone said on the Canada showing of SmackDown that he didn't name his opponent. So I don't know if they just didn't show it in Canada or he doesn't do it. I don't know.
I think what they're doing is that they don't want to spoil it yet to the American crowd. So maybe
Yeah.
they guess they didn't do it for the Canada television, which kind of sucks because probably people from Canada probably tuned in to see
Yeah.
who the heck Brock Lesnar may be fighting. But we'll find out tomorrow night. Do you think he wins his match or his fight this weekend?
I don't know. Mark Hunt is a hell of a fighter. And the thing that sucks is if Brock Lesnar gets hurt really bad, then it kind of puts his match at SummerSlam in jeopardy. So he's going to kind of have to watch himself. But, I mean, I think Brock will still win, but Mark Hunt's a damn good fighter.
So it won't be no pushover for Brock, that's for sure. Dave?
I disagree. I don't really think. I mean, Mark Hunt's good, but I don't think he's on Brock's level, really. I think Brock is going to beat him in the first round, honestly, for the knockout.
Well,
because I've seen Brock's fight. Well, he fought he did lose to the Overeem, yeah, but I mean, this match ain't going to go 3 rounds. But, I mean, I doubt it because you got 2 big guys, and I don't think they're not going to be going 3 rounds. I think it'll be over in the first round.
To Mark Hunt's credit, he is a professional UFC fighter. He's been fighting. He hasn't taken any time off away from the sport. Brock took this fight pretty quick. Well, I don't know. He may have, known he was coming back for a fight. So he may have been. I heard he was training right after WrestleMania. So he's ready for the fight, physically. Now, once he gets inside that cage and gets hit a couple of times in the face and maybe in the stomach or 2, and then we'll see what happens. Brock Lesnar's big and bad. I'm not gonna say he's not, and I'm not gonna say he's no, pushover. But who knows what can happen when he gets inside that cage? He may get hit with a lucky punch and he's out. Or
all it takes is one.
Or
That's true.
Get caught slipping and getting a submission hold, and it's over. So.
Well, that Frank Mir fight, remember his debut fight?
Tapped him out.
Yeah, so, I mean, anything's possible. And JR said this on his podcast a few weeks ago. He's like, it might have been this week, I don't remember, but he said, if Brock gets hurt and he can't wrestle for 2, you don't want it to happen, but it's not really going to affect WETV because he's never there anyway. He's only on his little show up to fight somebody a couple times a year. I mean, so it's not like it's Seth Rollins going to UFC to fight, which would kill their TV. One of their top draws right now. So, I mean, it wouldn't really hurt much other than a match you would have to figure out for SummerSlam.
Right.
Affect the WWE drastically.
And then another thing you got to look at is if Brock Lesnar gets hit in the stomach or the body, his diverticulitis might act up, so that might affect him as well.
I mean, anything can happen, especially inside that octagon. I mean, look what happened to Conor McGregor. Everybody thought he was going to go and destroy Diaz, and what happened? He goes in there and gets beat. So
same thing with Ronda Rousey. I mean,
yeah, Rousey too. So anything can happen in that cage, and I expect Brock to win. But I'm not gonna. I don't. I mean, if Hunt won, it's hard to say if I would be shocked, but I don't. I would be surprised. That's even 2 different emotions. I mean, I don't expect Hunt to win, but if Brock goes in there I know he's gonna be excited and he's gonna be pumped, and that's when someone usually makes a mistake.
Yeah.
Doesn't this hurt Mark Hunt, though, too, more? And you said he's a full-time UFC fighter right now. If he goes in and loses to Brock, who's just come back for 1 fight, and he's only been training for, the last month or so, whatever was announced, wouldn't that kind of hurt his credibility as a fighter to just lose to Brock Lesnar for just coming back for a month to train, and boom, he comes back and beats you? So shouldn't Mark Hunt be the favorite? And if he loses, wouldn't it kind of hurt his credibility in the octagon?
He should be favored, but I don't know if it would lose his credit because it's not like Lesnar's first ever fight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like it's different. It would be different if it was a 10-year vet going up against Punk, and then Punk goes in there and beats him. Then yeah, that's a little bit different. But Lesnar has been in the ring. He's been in that situation before. I'm just saying it's been a while since he's been punched.
Yeah, it's gonna take him most
Knocked
of
in
the
the
first
face.
to get back used to it.
So I mean, once he gets hit, I'm sure he's going to turn into some kind of mad dog, and who knows what happens after that. But speaking of CM Punk, he is confirmed to wrestle. Sorry, fight at UFC 202, right?
Yes.
Uh,
203.
in September. I can't
203.
recall.
Sorry, yes, 203.
203
Yes.
in September. I can't remember his fighter's name, but I know he's not
Gall.
very. I'm sorry?
Gall or
Mickey Gall, yeah.
Gall or
Okay.
Gale? Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know he's had some fights, but he hasn't had many. So he's more of a veteran than Punk, in that, so to speak. I'm sure he's going to be favored going into the match. I know this is kind of early to predict things, but do you think Punk wins, Dave?
Oh, I mean, before last week, I mean, I was kind of rooting for Punk. Now I'm kind of rooting against him again. So I keep going back. I'm like a politician. I keep going back and forth. But I mean, it's possible. I mean, he could win. I mean, like we just said, anything could happen. He could walk in there and catch the guy and knock him out, or he could grab him in an armbar, anything.
But okay, but realistically, if I said here's put $100 down on a guy who you think will win, it's different from Lesnar and Hunt because Lesnar's had experience in the octagon. If I told you put on $100 down on who you thought was gonna win, who would you pick?
I mean, you would have to go with the guy who. Well, they have the same amount of experience, other than this guy's had a couple fights. So I mean, if you look at name recognition, I mean, I think Punk is going to be more favored than Gall or Gale, whatever his name is. I think he's going to be favored over Punk is going to be favored over this guy. I think a lot of people are going to have their money on Punk, and then and maybe some old school UFC fans may be rooting for Gale just because Gall because he's an actual fighter. So I mean, depending on wanting and who should win, I mean, I could see Punk winning and I could see him losing. So I would say Gale or Gall right now because we haven't seen Punk fight yet. I mean, how do you pick a guy who hasn't even had a fight?
Right, Justin?
Yeah, I say no way in hell CM Punk wins. I just,
Okay.
Gall.
Okay, here we go. All right, all three of us pretty much think Punk's gonna lose. Does it last longer than a round?
I say into the second, start of the third.
Okay, Dave.
Giving him.
I don't know. Punk's never been there before. I mean, I'm sure he has good cardio, but can you take getting hit in the face and go more than one round? I wouldn't be surprised if it's over quick. Just because these lightweights or whatever their division is, I mean, they're small guys. I mean, they could go longer, but you think it depends, I guess, on how they could go 3 rounds or they could go 1 round. I don't think it goes the full distance, though.
No.
So do you think it goes longer than a round, though?
I'll stay at 1 round. They're 5 minutes, so yeah.
I don't think it's gonna go longer than 30 seconds.
Oh, really?
Go longer than that.
I think something unless. Okay, I don't want to say it's gonna be rigged, because that's stupid of me. But unless they say something about this guy to not try to end this fight quickly, I think this guy's gonna try to prove a point and beat the shit out of Punk.
Oh, absolutely, he has to.
I think he's gonna test Punk quickly, and unless Punk knows something that we don't know, of course we haven't seen.
Yeah.
I think this guy's gonna catch him, and I'm pulling for Punk, even though he said some bad things about wrestling fans and the company he used to work for. But I just don't see the match. I don't see the fight going very long.
Keep in mind too, Punk's coming off of surgeries, so that might affect him.
Right. So I know they're going to be doing a reality show with Punk, I think in August.
So do you think it's more? What is Punk's game gonna be in a way? Do you think he tries to take him down, or do you think he tries to stand up with him, or does the other guy
try to up the box first?
Well, he's been doing jiu-jitsu, right? So is that more ground or?
So
yeah, submission and whatnot.
yeah, he's only been doing it for like last 2 years. I think this other guy's been doing. He has good groundwork. I think I was seeing like.
In my honest opinion, I think Punk's best bet to beat a guy in UFC is to make him tap.
Yes.
Is to make him tap, and I would not be surprised if his go-to move is some sort of like chokehold.
Yeah, he's gonna have to try maybe like a triangle or a guillotine or something like that to beat him.
Right.
Anaconda device.
See, I wonder if that's legal in UFC though. I was just gonna say that myself.
Okay, all right. So that'll be interesting to touch on when that fight gets a little bit closer. We'll probably do another video or a podcast about it and touch a little bit more about it when it gets a little bit closer. Okay, so just to kind of hurry up and finish this video since we've been going a little bit long. Let's touch on two more things. 2 matches announced for Battleground, correct? I know we had the 6-man tag.
Oh yeah.
John Cena, Enzo, and Cass taking on the Club.
That's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to that match.
And then, did they announce women's title?
I didn't think they did. But maybe.
Yeah, I don't believe so.
Okay, well, I read somewhere where there was 2 matches announced. Maybe I missed something.
Is it Sasha versus her gonna be? Is that match gonna happen or? I know I've seen somewhere it said that on Raw it's gonna be Sasha versus Dana Brooke on Raw, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Zach Rusev.
Maybe she faces her to
Get a shot.
get a shot or something.
For all we know, we're gonna have Sasha and Paige versus Charlotte and Dana at the pay-per-view now again.
I think they're gonna have like a title match or something. You think they would have to, but it's possible they could do like some kind of tag match where you could even make it a 6-man tag. The Blondes versus Paige and Becky and all them. Sasha, they could do something like that.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting pay-per-view.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really intrigued by the 6-man tag.
Yes, I definitely am myself.
It's like, I can't believe they're actually doing that. It's like, it makes sense though, because you don't make us have 2 AJ Styles and Cena matches 2 months in a row. Let it breathe. And there's rumors that they originally wanted to do Cena versus Undertaker at SummerSlam, even WrestleMania this year. But Cena was still hurt, and so when they said that Undertaker's not. This is the rumors online, so you never know. But saying that Undertaker isn't taking Vince's calls right now, he's just talking. So, I mean, take that with a grain of salt if it's true or not. But the rumors is Vince wants for SummerSlam Cena versus Undertaker, but
damn.
I mean, don't know if it'll happen. That's why they might be going AJ Styles.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out. Yeah, I mean, that's about it to touch on. I mean, the Cruiserweight Classic starts, I believe, next week?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nakamura versus Balor next week.
Next week.
So,
it's going to be interesting.
I'm going to predict right now that we'll be doing a podcast either Wednesday night or Thursday night. So, if you're interested in joining us, just hit that subscribe button. And we'll talk Nakamura Balor. So I heard it's a hell of a match. What else? We'll talk about Cruiserweight Classic. I'm not sure what matches are the first ones, so that'd be interesting to see that.
I still think we should do maybe like the free NBA free agency, but that could be a video all on its own, though. We could talk for an hour about that. I mean,
yeah, we could do a different kind of podcast where we just talk about the NBA, and
Yeah.
once the free agency kind of wraps up, and we can touch on that, winners, losers, so on and so forth. Yeah, we could do that. That'd be interesting to see how that would turn out. Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be fun. Actually, I think that would be really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have any favorites in this Cruiserweight Classic?
I'm going to say Zack Sabre Jr. I'm going to say he wins.
I kind of like Ibushi myself.
I was saying the same thing. I mean, that guy.
Yeah, he definitely it's one or two of those. One of those guys are going to win definitely. And I stayed away from the spoilers. I know it's already happened. I know we've already been crowned a winner and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's been crowned yet because they're doing a live special in September.
oh, okay, all right. So we don't know who really will. Maybe the finalists wrestle that night or something. That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So
It's a big ass tournament. I mean, there's like a lot of people in this, so it's gonna take a while. And so I guess they're gonna do a 2-hour live special. So it's gonna be kind of cool. And hopefully this continues weekly or monthly or yearly.
yeah. So next week we'll touch on Raw. We'll touch on Brock Lesnar's opponent because it'll be announced by then. We'll touch on UFC because Brock Lesnar's fight will be then.
Mm-hmm.
What else? Nakamura versus Balor.
And then before we get off, I just saw that Kenta came back. Well, whatever his name is, in NXT.
Oh right, yeah. Kenta came back in NXT.
Yeah.
I heard he was finally not injured anymore. So I'm wondering who he's gonna feud with since the apparent guy was Kevin Owens who took him out. So it'd be interesting to see where they go with him now because he's been out for what, a year?
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Been out for a while.
Yeah, he's been out for a while.
Years, I think.
So we'll touch all on that next week. I'm not sure which night we'll do it because I'm not sure how late the Cruiserweight Classic runs.
I think it's only an hour show.
It all depends on how we feel that night and when we want to do it. So the expected Wednesday or Thursday night. So Brock Lesnar's opponent, touch on him and on the UFC match. Raw, touch on Balor Nakamura, touch on the Cruiserweight Classic, and I guess any other wrestling news that happens throughout the week before we do this video. We appreciate all the subscribers and all the views. We're just three guys talking wrestling and sports as well. Dave, Justin, anything I want to touch on before we jump off? Justin, you can go first if you like.
No, I think we said everything pretty much.
All right, Dave?
Yeah, I mean, nothing else really to say.
Yeah, just enjoy your next couple of days. You got SmackDown tomorrow night, and then Raw, of course, on Monday, Impact on Tuesday, and then the match that I've been waiting for finally is going to happen is Nakamura versus Balor on NXT. So, we're in here. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks, everybody, for Periscope, even though I ended it a couple of minutes ago. I appreciate everybody watching there, and y'all have a good night.